Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to the class of history. In the previous class, I had explained to you the agency of UN titled as UNICEF, United Nations Children's Fund. We had seen the functions related to UNICEF. Today, we are going to deal with the next agency of UN, that is World Health Organization, known as WHO. So this is another agency of UN, and it was established in 1948 April 7. 1948 April 7. April 7 was the day when this particular agency was established. And what is the aim of this particular organization or agency? That is attainment of highest possible level of health by the people. Which means everyone in the world must be able to attain the highest possible level of health. That is the aim of this particular agency. Now let's go through what are the different functions of this particular agency. The first function is help countries to improve the health system by providing infrastructure, manpower and institutions. Which means the agency called WHO will help the countries to improve the health system in their particular area. How? By providing infrastructure, manpower and institutions. That's the first function of WHO. Second one, it gives important drugs for medical care. The drugs that are needed for the medical care will be provided by WHO. Next one, it promotes research to cure and prevent diseases. They will do research on a particular disease and see how it can be prevented, or how can we stop this particular, how can we remove this particular disease. So they will promote research to cure and prevent the diseases. Next one, it works towards providing safe drinking water, provide safe drinking water and adequate waste disposal. Which means particular agency called WHO will make sure that they provide safe drinking water and also adequate means sufficient waste disposal. Next one, it organizes conferences, seminars and training related to health care. Next one, it aims at fighting diseases and preventing them from spreading. They will fight against the diseases and they will make sure that these diseases are not spread. Next one, WHO defines standards for strength and purity of medicines. What is the purity of the medicine? What is the standard kept for a medicine? These are decided by WHO. Next one, it will make special efforts to combat diarrheal diseases, to fight against diarrheal diseases. And the last one, it will publish health journals like Bulletin of World Health Organization and Public Health Panorama. These are the two different journals like Bulletin of World Health Organization and Public Health Panorama. And what is the aim of these journals? To create health consciousness among the people. These are the functions related to WHO. These are the functions that are carried out by WHO. The first one I told you, it will help the countries to improve the health system by providing the infrastructure, manpower and institutions, promotes the researchers, make sure that the people get safe drinking water, it will organize a seminar, it will fight against the diseases and fight against spreading them. It defines the standards for medicine, makes special efforts to fight against diarrheal diseases, publishes health journals to create health consciousness among the people. Now moving on to the next one, that is the UNESCO. I hope you are clear with this particular WHO. The next is UNESCO. It is defined as a United Nations educational, scientific and cultural organization, and it was established in 1946 November 4. United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization known as UNESCO was established in 1946 November 4. And it has got 4 different functions. First is related to education. That's the first one. Education. Second is scientific activities. Scientific activities. That's the second one. Third one is communication. What are the functions in the field of communication? Education, scientific activities, communication, and the last one, preservation of cultural heritage. Preservation of cultural heritage. These are the 4 functions of UNESCO. So let's take the first one, that is the education. What are the activities done by them in the field of education? First one, removal of illiteracy by providing adult education, distance education and open school system. So they want to remove something called illiteracy. Second, they give emphasis on education for women and girls. That's one. They provide financial assistance for the education of disabled children. That's one. They provide grant and fellowships for teachers and scholars, and they organize library system. Next one, they organize book fairs and festivals, and in there we have got in 1951 they have established Delhi Public Library in collaboration with the UNESCO. 1951 we have established Delhi Public Library in association with the UNESCO, and they encourage science education by providing regional training, and they promote education, or they believe that by promoting education, or education is the instrument for international understanding. These are the 7 functions done by UNESCO in the field of education. Okay, moving on to the next one. Next one is scientific activities. The first one, they organize seminars and conferences, publishes journals, press and exhibition, and their courier is the official monthly magazine of UNESCO. Next one, it promotes basic research in the field of geology, mathematics and physics. It helps in correcting the imbalance in scientific and technological manpower. How science and technology can be brought together. How can we reduce the imbalance between scientific and the technological manpower? Next, last one, it encourages study of social sciences. So these are the things that are done by UNESCO in the field of scientific activities. Third one, we have got communication. They set up regional networks and train and provide trained technicians. They will set up regional networks and they will make sure that they provide trained technicians, and deals with hardware and software aspects. It will try to improve the quality of press, films and video services. The last one, they uphold freedom of press and independence of media. So these are the 4 of them in the field of communication. Now moving on to the last one, we have got preservation of cultural heritage. How do they preserve? How do they protect the cultural heritage? What do? The first one, they provide technical advice, assistance, equipment and funds for preserving monuments and works of art. Second, it will protect world inheritance of books, works of art, rare manuscripts, which means they will protect the works of art, the classical books and the rare manuscripts. Next one, it will encourage the artistic creations in the field of literature and art, and they will make sure that there is a cultural development through the medium of films. And the last one, they will send cultural missions to develop various contacts that can promote peace and prosperity. So these are the activities done in the field of preserving cultural heritage. So these are the 4 different functions carried out by UNESCO: education, scientific activities, communication and preservation of cultural heritage. So these are the 2 things that I wanted to teach you today. One is the 2 different agencies. The first one, World Health Organization, related to the aspect of health and its functions. Last we have got UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. And the 4 different functions in the fields like education, scientific activities, communication, and the last one, preservation of cultural heritage. I hope it is clear for you. That's the end of that particular chapter. Now we have to just one more chapter to be completed, the non-aligned movement, that I'll complete in the coming days. So kindly finish all the notes. You can send me for the correction or the checking. Make sure that you go through the video along with the notes so that it is easy for you to understand. So if there is a doubt, you can ask me, I'll try to clarify. I hope you are following the videos and you are understanding my explanation. Okay children, take care.